Right, what I've done is I've gone ahead and marked up the end stops and end stop and the other the top end stop. So you've got the bottom end stop, which has got partial holes drilled in it for the two rods and one drilled in it to take a small bearing which will be in there, sort of like that. Can you see that there? Yeah, I think so. And there's a hole inside where I'll lock it in place with a wood screw. And what that will do is it will allow the end of the threaded bar to just spin on top of the bearing. So the bottom isn't resting on any wood or in free air to bash about the sides of the hole. It'll be on the bottom of this bearing. Now this bearing, because I heard a load of you say, well, where do you get a bearing that small from? Came from a hard drive. Now let me get this right. These are the hard drive head carrier. The platter or disc inside the hard drive goes in between the heads. I hope you can see that. There's the two heads there, and they're sprung loaded. And this bearing was in there, and the screw went inside and locked onto the screw that way, because it was that way round. Right. So that's what I should be using for the bottom. Right. And what I'll be using at the top is a piece of stainless steel tube for it to literally just sit in, so that it'll just spin. If I can find a bearing this diameter to replace this anywhere, then I shall do so. But at the moment I'm using a stainless steel piece of tubing. Right, so measurements. As I said before, that really the measurements are arbitrary, because it'll depend entirely on the things that you can get hold of and the way you decide to build your machine, CNC machine. But anyway, these are 3.5 inches long by 1.5 inches wide, or deep, whichever way you want to look at it. The first hole is at 5/8, second one at 1 3/4 inches, and the third one at 2 7/8. So, alright then. For those of you who wish to use millimeters, the first one's 18mm. Second one, the middle one, is 48mm, I think. I haven't got my glasses on, so that's your fault. And the third one is at 76/7, or I say 77. Okay. Oh, and it's 92mm long and 40mm in height, or width, or whatever. The centre line, no point in me giving you that dimension, because it will depend on the rods and timber that you're going to use for the sled, for the dremel to sit on. Okay, so that's that bit. At the moment, the sled, trying using this as a prop, good right, okay, the sled will go, it's double the distance basically, going to be about this long anyway, maybe a little bit shorter, but basically it'll go double its distance, so its travel will be approximately around the 6-inch mark or the 155mm mark. Alright, what are you going to do with 155 sawmills? I don't know. Okay, excuse me. So, yeah, nice little find that, bearing from the hard drive. Okay, now then, the main body for the slide, or the sled, right? I'm calling it a sled, I don't know what you're going to call it, or what it's supposed to be called. To the top of the top fixing for the sled, pardon me, is 335 mils, or call it 13¼ inches. Could be light years, though. What about fathoms? Any good? No? Oh. Ah, here's one. How about bushels? No? Right, okay. Hectares? Ah, arcs. What the frickin' hell's he on about? I don't know. Don't go asking me. I haven't got a clue. Right, so that will be there like that. Then we're going to mount the motor like that. And it's got, as you can see, 3 holes. 1, 2, 3. Right? They're free because they didn't cost me nothing. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find some pillars to mount these on, right? And they'll be wood screwed down through on into the board, and then that'll hold that nice and solid against the gear for that. But I'm not mounting this until the sled is finished and the threaded bar is in position and fixed in position. Yeah, I know, I heard that. Well, if you're going to do that and you've got a piece of stainless steel like that and it's up tight against it, it's going to wear. It's not going to wear the stainless steel, but it'll wear the... So I'll find a bearing then. Yeah, roller skates, anything like that, yeah, I know. But I haven't got any roller skates. Nice. No, I look silly in roller skates, especially pink ones. Right, okay, I'm going to let you go, and I'll come back to you when I've done a bit more. Okay?